Well, it wasn't always pretty, but we got a little slogan in our program: "You just win anyway," and that was a game we won anyway. I love the fact we had 20 assists on 31 made field goals. That's huge. That's unselfish basketball. But we had 14 turnovers. We got to clean that up. Now, 2 really, really bad travel calls in the first half. So really we had 12, but 12 is too much. And when you play against a team that they were averaging close to 43s a game, and they only took 25 today, but our rebound numbers are not good right now. They got 15 offense rebounds. We got to clean that up.
After the start of the second half, this could have very well been, everything that could go wrong kind of game once Detroit Mercy took that first lead. I mean, just how are you guys able to regroup, and what does it say about your team's resiliency so early in the season?
It's a high character group. These men really truly care about each other. Now obviously they care about how they individually they play, but they care about the collective unit, how we're playing. And when you have high character men, you can go through some adversity. And when you got a guy like Sonny Wilson and Sean Craig, I mean, I don't know if you can have 2 more solid human beings to run a locker room and handle things, and those 2 guys do.
Is this a closer game than you anticipated coming in?
Yes, much closer than I thought. But I give that credit to Detroit. I thought they played really well. I mean, I know Lovejoy. We recruited him. He can get into the paint against anybody. And I think number 33 Nadeau is a really good player. He was 3 for 6 from 3, 15 points. We knew that coming in. We got to do a better job of guarding guys like that.
And lastly from me, second straight start for Sean Craig, 21 points against Wright State, 17 here. I mean, just what element has he had added in the last 2 games to, add a different dimension when he's on the floor to your offense?
And maybe it's because he's a senior. I don't think that's the reason, but he never has a bad day. If he has the sniffles, he practices hard. If he has an injury or something, he practices hard. And I hope the younger guys in our program are looking at him and seeing exactly what's going on.
Sonny went 1 for 6 in the first half. You spoke about resiliency, but what more does that show about your team? The fact that it was able to stay in the game when Sonny was struggling like that in the first half.
Yeah, he struggled. He took bad shots in the first half. He did. Took some questionable threes, but Sonny's also a guy that can play okay, and then when it's winning time, he's going to make a couple plays to help you win the game, and that's what he did tonight.
Was there anything said to him at half, or did you just go in thinking?
I talked to him about his shot selection. That, and he had a couple turnovers at halftime. If he wants us to win championships, which I know he does, he's got to clean that up and be the best point guard in our league. And a point guard means you can't take bad shots, you can't turn it over. That's how you define great point guards. Great point guards don't take bad shots, don't turn it over, because a bad shot is a turnover. They're the same thing.
And you already opened up the game with 2 3-point makes. You can kind of assume that he was going to play more off ball when he did that, but we saw him handle the ball more as the game went on. I'm curious if you're more comfortable with him handling the ball and playmaking and creating his own shot, or coming off the ball and getting the shots out.
You know what I'm comfortable with Leroy Blyden? Him on the floor. Him on the floor. With the ball, without the ball, I don't care if he played. There's only 2 positions in basketball. That's it. There's only 2 positions. And he's only going to play one of them. I don't want him to play the second one.
And I know you have a lot of new guys on the team. Every game is a learning experience. What are you doing about your guys today?
They're resilient. They're high character men, and they're resilient.
You were very vocal, noticeably, in that first media time in the second half, and some of the second one too. I mean, just after the start that you guys had with those 3 turnovers, I mean, just what was kind of the message in the huddle, and just how are you guys able to just regroup?
Yeah, the message was just be calm. We still think we're still up 1 at that point. So, message is, we still have the lead, take care of the ball, slow down, and then I feel like as my role is to sometimes be the fiery guy, be the toughness guy. So try and elevate everybody's play to, take care of the ball, take the fight to them.
Obviously, you guys got a bit of foul trouble early in that second half, and just what made Detroit Mercy so hard to guard without fouling, especially in the post where they were able to get a lot of touches?
Yeah, I mean, they're really physical. They fought really hard for good positioning, and their guards fed them the ball, and you tell that they practice, playing physical under the rim and trying to draw fouls.
And then this is your second start with this team. I mean, just from the first 3 games of the season, I mean, just what have you learned about this group being better?
I feel like this is true in all of college basketball. It's not about who starts. It's about who finishes, who's on the floor. And at the end of the day, I know whoever's out there, we can get the job done, whether I'm on the bench for the whole game or playing 5 minutes. So it doesn't matter.
Coach said that the way you're performing, he doesn't think it's because you're a senior, but knowing that you're a senior, how much added pressure do you put on yourself to be a leader and be somebody that the younger guys on this team can look up to?
I think even being a senior, I always tried to, lead. Even when I was an underclassman, something that I've always tried to do. I always try to, talk behind the scenes. But sometimes, as she mentioned, sometimes I be extroverted with the leadership. But I just try and do whatever I feel like it takes for the team to win, whether that's doing the hustle plays or being a leader.
And you're obviously a team player, but did you feel more comfort being in the starting lineup, or is there something about tonight that just felt better than in previous games?
No, I mean, Detroit Mercy is a familiar opponent. My last school, we played them twice, so familiar with how they play and stuff. It's always a battle with them. But in terms of being a starting lineup, no, nothing really changed. The only thing that changed is obviously I was there for jump ball.
And overall, how was your performance?
I think I did good, although 6 rebounds is a little low. Not too happy about that, and 3 turnovers. So got to get on the boards and take care of the ball.